This is going to be your weekly chakra, tarot, and oracle check-in. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies you may be experiencing throughout your chakras. So in the comments, please let me know how you're feeling, what's your vibe, word of the day, whatever's going on in your soul today. So as I'm filming this, I'm looking out the window and I do see some sunshine, which is really, really nice because the last few days were very dark, very dreary. Even the time change, daylight savings time, really did a number, I think, on a lot of us in regards to our sleep. You know, I even laugh about myself. You know, the day that I woke up where the clocks went forward, I honestly didn't even think about it. I didn't even notice until end of the day, and I went, oh my goodness, like I'm so tired. And I totally forgot, legit forgot that the clocks had moved ahead. I don't know how I went through my day without even noticing it, but I did. And I will say that I have felt tired. There's been so many things going on, you know, so many emotions for so many people. And I think that there's a lot of blessings coming our way, but I do think there are a lot of tests. How many of you feel right now like you're really tested? You know, and I always ask the question, are you in the old, are you in the new? Because that's what's happening. I think a lot of people are being pulled backwards. And those are just old fears and old stories that no longer serve us. So when I think about this weather, for example, yes, there's sunshine today, but a few days ago it was dark, it was dreary, it was snowy. It almost felt like fall, you know, where like the leaves are falling and it's getting colder and we're feeling very lonely and, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It was just a different vibe. And I think it relates to the energies right now of just closing out a cycle, allowing the death and rebirth to happen, even if it's slow. See, the thing is this, we have a lunar eclipse coming at the end of the month. We have a solar eclipse coming on April 8th. There's so many things that are happening astrologically and energetically. Eclipses bring a bit of chaos and change, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a good thing because sometimes we need change. You know, maybe we're not open to making the changes ourselves, but hey, listen, the universe helps make it happen for us, you know, and then we're kind of forced to navigate. So Mercury retrograde is also on its way. Don't be afraid of that. However, you may get, you know, people popping up from your past. You may get miscommunications in your daily life or technology glitches or breakdowns. It's all sort of coming to a head in the next little while, and that is okay. We just navigate as we go. We take it in stride. We're strong. We're capable. We never give up. I always say if we got to make it or break it, we're always going to make it, right? So also to note, Venus just moved into Pisces, and that's a really nice placement. Pisces is dreamy, it's romantic, it's intuitive, and Venus loves being there. So for the next few weeks, you may experience some deeper emotions, some lovey vibes. But again, big changes are coming, and there's nothing wrong with that. Embrace it. That's all we can do. I always tell people, don't fight the shift. The more you fight it, the more difficult it becomes. So let's take a look at the overall themes and messages for our chakras. Today is the day. It sure is. It is time to begin the journey. Are you ready? Are you ready for this new journey? Wow. It's kind of scary, yet also exciting all at the same time. Lady of the Lake, new beginnings. Something is about to happen. Can you feel it? Geez, it's interesting. Like the Jacksons just popped into my mind. Can you feel it? Great song, great beat. Can you feel it? Sorry, I don't usually sing, but like you can just feel that energy kind of palpitating, you know? Great song to get you pumped up for the day if you need a boost. But yeah, you can definitely feel it. So let's see what else we need to know. Earth Ox, one with the universe. We're all one, we're all connected. Do you notice in the picture where there's like the hand over the heart, you know, where it's like being heart-centered, and the other hand, you know, is sort of over the gut over here, and it's beautiful. I mean, this is the whole thing about the chakras, right? When we're aligned, where the energy is flowing up our bodies, that's always wonderful. Okay, because that energy does need to move. That's why it's important sometimes to have a Reiki session or to meditate or to move that stagnant energy throughout the body. So let's take a look at the tarot. I'm going to be using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot here, where we're going to take a card for each chakra or energy center in the body. And then we're going to take some oracle cards with it to see what we need to know about these energies. Excuse me, I have a kitty cat over here, of course, who wants to come and sit here on the table while I want to film. Every other moment, they're sleeping. So let's see what's going on at the root chakra. Oh, I got a kitty fight going on. Heartbreak, sadness, and grief. How many of you are grieving right now? You're sad about something. You know, you may have taken a hit to your personal power in some way, because this isn't a yellow card, which is, you know, solar plexus. Again, your personal power. So let's see what we need to know about this. Let's get those clarifying oracle cards. Oh, the man. Well, this could be you or someone you're dealing with. In general, though, masculine energy is about forward motion, making the moves, you know, needing to move yourself forward even when it's difficult. It's time. Today is the day. It is time. It's time. You can't make that up. How beautiful is that? And you know what's interesting? I've been talking about the number 9 for a while now. This is a number 36 card, which is a number 9. Nines are about independence and solitude and being on the brink of major change. And that's what's happening here. On the brink of major change. You can feel it. Can you feel it? You know? All right. Let's take a look at the sacral chakra, which is Venus. The Empress, there's Venus right there. There she is, the Empress. Divine feminine energy. This is about being in receiving mode. This is creativity. This is doing what you're passionate about. This is self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. You know, feeling good in your own skin, being heart-centered, as I've been saying. So let's take a look at the oracle cards to clarify this. And we have the butterfly. The butterfly is all about transformation, metamorphosis, time. This is the 3rd time we've had the word time. It's time. Be open, embrace change, evolution of the soul, rising up. And, you know, I was just talking about the rising. Think of Kundalini rising. You know, if you know anything about the Kundalini energy. I remember when I first was reawakened, you know, and if you want to call it the twin flame journey, you can. But it's really about reawakening the soul. You start to get the Kundalini up your chakras and it's like intense. I remember getting the shakes and feeling like, whoa, what is happening to my body? How many of you have ever had this? It's basically like where your whole spine tingles and becomes alive with energy. You know, this is about inspiration and reinventing yourself. And, you know, for me, you might wonder why I use the term sparked. I think a lot of people like to use the term twin flame. I feel like because now I'm kind of on the other side of that journey, I've been through all the stages. I know where you've been, in case you're wondering. I definitely have receipts for my journey. But I call it sparking because when we encounter someone or something, it sparks us into a whole new world, dimension, life. Everything changes. You know, the moment I was sparked, there was no going back. And I think many of you have been through this. But the purpose of this journey or of being sparked is to put ourselves first. It's self-love. It's knowing our boundaries, what we like and what we don't like, what we're willing to accept and not willing to accept. Essentially, it's a reinvention of self. That's why I say, what story are you in? I'm not in an old story. I refuse to be. I'm very thankful for the last decade, that era that I'm closing out. I mean, it means a lot to me. It meant a lot to my growth. It's what I use for my teaching. It's given me such valuable information to pass along to all of you. But I'm open to a new era, new teachings, right? Another reinvention. I'm of the belief that we should be reinventing ourselves, you know, every few years. I like that. I like the idea of moving to different homes or locations because it brings me new energy. It sparks new things in me. And so we can't be afraid of that change. We have to actually embrace it, you know, because here's the thing. Once you make a major move in life, You can't just stop there. And I think a lot of people want to stop there. They say, wow, I'm so proud of myself. I made a move. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And there's nothing wrong with celebrating a move or a change in your life or making a boundary, but recognize that those things don't stop. You've got to continue onwards and upwards like a staircase. You're constantly ascending. You're constantly learning. You know, the cheesy teacher in me says we're lifelong learners. So don't ever give up. I would never let you ever give up. I can't. It's not in me. Heart and home. How beautiful. Happy home, security, love, kindness, family, belonging, bliss, contentment, fulfilled, heart's desire. You know, I find these three cards next to each other so interesting because the green in here is so strong, and green is the heart chakra. I talked about being heart-centered over here, you know, how important it is to be in tune with your body. And let's take a look at the solar plexus. What do we need to know about our personal power? There we go. 6 of coins, equal giving and receiving in balance. I have to say, like, if you ask me what my favorite tarot card is, this is right up there for me because I'm a very strong believer in balance. I like to be balanced personally. I don't mind giving, but I also like to receive, right? I think anybody would want to receive love and kindness and support. I think sometimes we just don't know how to do that, you know, because we're not used to it. And if you start giving to yourself, you're going to feel more comfortable receiving from others. It always starts with ourselves, you know. This is the bottom line. People don't just walk into your life and suddenly fulfill you. They inspire you. They awaken you. They spark you. But they're not there to fulfill you. They're not there to save you. They're not there to pull you up the cake, or you're not there to pull them up the cake, if you know the cake analogy. It's all on us. We're responsible for our own happiness. We're responsible for our own healing. And oftentimes we want to put our energy into other people's healing, you know, or other people's problems. We want to solve everything for them. We want to overgive, overdo, and problem solve. And that's very strong masculine energy. But if you really want to be in that masculine energy, do it for yourself. It's okay when it's your own personal growth and evolution, but I would never put that into chasing somebody else or trying to solve their healing. Healing is a very personal thing, right? So let's see. What do we need to know about the 6 of coins? See, there's the spark. Oh man, so many key words today or themes. You know, it's time, sparked, heart-centered. Can you feel it? Illumination, chemistry, magical, self-discovery, soul spark, light codes, fire, creative spark, someone exceptional. Absolutely, you are exceptional. You know, whenever I say someone exceptional, it's almost like people's brains by default go to somebody else. They think of the person who sparked them. And of course, the people who spark us are exceptional people, truly. But at the same time, you know, it's not about them, it's about us. They're part of it, but they're not the focus. You're the main character of your own story. Okay. Look, happening soon. You can feel it. Look at the 6s. 6, 6, 6. And that's, by the way, that's not like devil. It's changes. It's equal giving and receiving and balance, harmony and peace. And look at this number 11 here. You know, brand new beginnings, which is beautiful. That's what we all want. Okay, let's take a look at the heart chakra. What's the heart saying today? Ooh, the heart chakra got a heart chakra card. But you have to be very careful with holding back because the 4 of coins is about all or nothing. Why are you holding back in your heart right now? I think a lot of people, again, are afraid to receive. Don't hold yourself back in the heart right now. Being heart-centered and opening up can bring you the most magical and beautiful things. You never know what can happen. Oh, the lion. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. 1 plus 5 is 6. Again, 6. Majestic, authority, self-esteem, pride, ego, overcoming difficulties, fair and just, devoted and heart-centered. Oh, I just love that. You know, that's that Leo energy, that passion of the heart. That's that Venus energy, you know, self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. That's really beautiful. Wow, I'm really liking this reading today. Very deep. As per usual, though. Every week it's something, right? Okay, let's see. Interesting. I know why some of you are holding back. The Black Widow. Betrayal. Web of control. You're trying to control things. Be very careful with low vibrational energy or self-preservation. Telling yourself all the reasons why something can't work versus the reasons why it can work. You've got to be open. You've got to be open to new things. Those old stories and old betrayals, they really don't mean anything at a certain point. And I speak from experience. I mean, I've been through betrayal and it hurts. It really hurts. It sucks. I'm sorry for any of you who have ever been through a situation where somebody betrayed you. You know, it hurts when family betrays you, friends betray you. Romantically, though, wow, that's a knife to the heart. I remember my heart being absolutely shattered. At the same time, though, we have a choice. And I made the decision that if I got to make it or break it, I'm going to make it. And I'm so glad in retrospect that all of that happened because it made me stronger, it made me better. But here's the key. I'm not jaded from it. I'm actually thankful for it. It brought me to something that I never thought possible. And you have a decision or a choice to make. Are you in the old or are you in the new? Are you in the old story, the old heartbreak, the feeling that everybody's going to hurt you? Or are you in positive energy that says, you know what? I made it. I'm making it. I don't need this old situation anymore. It doesn't define me. And I'm going to open myself up to something that could be the most amazing thing in this world, and that is love. Love is the most powerful vibration. Fear is the lowest. And if you're in fear, it's low vibrational. So we have to do things to get us into higher vibrational energy. Such things are laughing. Laughing. You know, let me tell you something that's kind of unpopular about me. You remember the show This Is Us, right? And everybody used to always talk about the show and say, oh my gosh, I love it. The storylines, I cry every week. I don't want to cry. I don't like watching shows like that. I don't need to cry. I don't need to be in heartbreak and sadness and manifest that in my life. And that's why you have to be very careful with music. Don't get me wrong. I love music. But if you think about the lyrics of certain songs that are all about heartbreak and cheating and hurt and betrayal, what do you do when you go into those playlists that you have of all those old songs about a person that you loved that hurt you? All you do is manifest that story again. You just drudge up all that old stuff that you don't need. And so I invite you to think about the content that you consume. If you're watching shows that have drama and low vibrational energy, well, then you're bringing that into your life. If you're watching things that are high vibrational, like things that make you laugh and feel good, that's a different story. You know, I used to always laugh with my mom. She would always say things like, Kelly, I don't want to watch anything with a beginning, middle, and end. I just want to watch Home and Garden. You know, like I just want to watch something where, you know, there's no drama to it. And now I can kind of understand where she was coming from. So just ask yourself, like, what media, what things do you consume? What people do you have around you? Are you around people who constantly complain about their relationships or about other people, or they gossip, or, you know, talk about how bad the dating world is, how bad men are and women are? I mean, that's so ridiculous, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that the dating world is easy. But if I'm around people that have a negative opinion about something or a negative view about something, well, that's going to spread into my energy, and I don't want that. And if you ask anybody who knows me, they will tell you, I will always put myself out there. I don't care how bad the dating world is. I don't care how bad people think, you know, men are or women are or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. What matters is me, my energy, and what I put out, because when I'm better, I attract better. So let's look at throat chakra. Oh, there's a throat chakra card, blue card. The Emperor, it's time to make a move. It's time. Can you feel it? You know, the Emperor is calm, cool, collected, and you can feel the power of the energy here on his staff. That's basically saying, let's make a move. Let's make a move. Are there any conversations that need to be had? Is there something you want to say? Is there something like unspoken between you and another person that kind of needs to happen? Oh, the ring. You know, I always say this, the Emperor does not play around. When the Emperor is ready to commit, trust me, you know. You know. There's no debate. You know, this is the thing when people talk about the dating world and about whether somebody is ready to commit. It's just one of those things that's unspoken in a way. You just know, you know, like the Emperor just comes right in and that's it. You know, the Emperor plays chess, not checkers. So there's a very deep bond here, a partnership. There's trust. That's really lovely energy. But that energy comes when you get out of the low vibrational stuff. The old hurts, the traumas, the triggers. There's the castle, pride, recognition, position, legacy, timeless. Another number 6 card. Just some angel numbers I've seen in passing here. You know, we've got 4, 4. We've had the 6s. 3, 3. Okay, let's take a look at the third eye, which is intuition. It's Jupiter. It's growth, expansion. Oh, beautiful. Princess of Wands going on an adventure. Throwing caution to the wind. Enjoying life. Being creative. There's that creative spark right there. All right, let's take a look at what else we need to know. Oh, the moon. The moon is intuition. It's also fantasy and romance, affection, recognition. We just had a card of recognition. I think somebody's recognizing something. The fishing pole. Extend oneself. Poetry in motion, exploration. Connect with nature. Self-improvement. You're capable. This is the thing. So many people doubt their capabilities. More so in the personal life than professional life. But you don't have to doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who will? Okay, let's take a look at the crown chakra. What do we need to know here? 3 of Wands, another 3. 3, 3, 3. Master Teacher, 3 of Wands says, I think you have all the information you need. I really do. You're just sitting on the sidelines. There's never a right time to make a move. You know, again, this card is I don't chase, I only attract. So don't go chasing a relationship. Don't go forcing anything when it comes to work. The more you force things at work, the more you force things in a relationship. Do you ever notice that, you know, you may be passed over for a promotion or, you know, things aren't going the way you want in a relationship, so you try to force things. And the more you force things, the more frustrated you get because it just doesn't happen. I tell people a lot lately, when it comes to your job, do your job and do it well. Don't force anything. Don't try to go above and beyond to convince everybody of how good you are at something. You know how good you are. The more you just be yourself and do your thing, more people will recognize you. If you're trying to be the loudest person in the room, it doesn't work. If anything, it pushes people away or turns them off your energy. And that's the same thing in a relationship. If you are so desperately trying to convince somebody to love you and be with you and decide to commit or whatever it is, it goes the other direction. right? So a lot to think about there, but this is saying like self-development, putting yourself first, taking the steps that you need for you, doing for you. You're not there to do everybody else's job. You're not there to convince anybody. And there's the squirrel. You know, we've had this card many times recently. You know, this is a card of being energetic, you know, being prepared for anything. But are you really ever prepared? You know, you don't know until you take that leap, until you make that move. You know, you got to be careful of any miscommunications. You know, I've been saying this a lot to people lately too, like with regards to the squirrel. Like, are you just squirreling away your nuts, you know, for whenever? Or are you going to, you're going to make a move? You don't always have to save something for a rainy day or for later. And look, be open. I cannot make this up. There's the convertible. Be open. Many options, free will. By the way, when we say many options, we mean quality options, just as a side note. Make sure you're specific, because if you say you have many options, yeah, you'll have many options, but they may not be the ones you want. This is where you say, no, I'm open. I have quality options. I have possibilities. Anything is possible. I have choices. I'm adaptable. I'm enjoying this. This also tells you to go with the wind a little bit, and we talked about that, you know, the Princess of Wands over here. Okay, let me take some last cards for guidance. What do we need to know? The element of air, thoughts, mind, and communication. I think a lot of people have things on their mind lately, like a lot on their mind, a lot of tests. How you communicate is so important right now. Communication is key. Are you being clear? The word that pops out for me right away is courage. Do you have the courage to make the moves you need to make? Backbone, balance, and the middle way. Well, balance is key right now. We talked about that at the very beginning. Equal giving and receiving, and balance. I really hope this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in my bio. As always, I thank you for your kindness, your support, the likes, the comments, the subscribes. It really does mean the world to me. So thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing day.